Wow. We are talking again about business ownership. And what more can we possibly say about business ownership? Well, if you want to find out, I need you guys to stay tuned, all right? All right. Hey everybody, it's your girl Shannon, and you're watching Mind Your Business with Shannon, where we discuss everything business and how to lead your best and balanced life. Alright, so we're going to talk about business ownership, and we are talking about mindset shifts. And if you're like me, you get tired of hearing it. You really do. You got to change your mindset if you want to be successful in business. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you've got to change your mindset. But how do you do it? You know, you listen to all of these different people who are experts in the field. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. You don't want to downplay somebody else's hustle. But what I'm saying is, tell me how I'm supposed to do that. If it is so important that I change my mindset, somebody needs to tell me how to do it. Getting ready to get into it now, okay? The first thing that you have to do is to be passionate about what it is that you're doing. I always tell people, you know, especially the clients that I coach, what are you passionate about? What is it that you like to do? If you can take a hobby or something that you love doing and turn that into a business, thumbs up to you, because that really is the way to do it. If you are not passionate about business ownership, if you are not passionate about this entrepreneurial journey, which ain't always easy all the time, I'm here to tell you, you're not going to make money right away. So you have to have that passion for it in order for you to stick with it. You know, you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. You're going to have peaks and you're going to have valleys. And something is always going to go wrong. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody, but the truth is the truth. Things happen. And if you are not passionate about your business, then it's not going to work. As soon as that first client gets on your nerve or you get a customer walking in that is irate, you have to be passionate about business ownership. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is you have to be willing to grow. Another thing that I tell my coaching clients, if you are the biggest fish in your pond, you need another pond. I don't ever want to surround myself with people that I know more than they know. I want to be able to have within my circle, and for me to be a part of someone else's circle that I can glean from, that I can learn from, because you don't know everything. You have to be able to change your mindset to know that there are some things that you don't know yet. So why don't you learn from people who know? All right? The third thing, you have to look at yourself as a business, okay? In legal terms, you are considered an entity. A person can actually be an entity. A company is an entity. Now, if you are looking at yourself as an entity, you have to be in the frame of mind to be able to say, okay, if I had to solve a problem, what problem would I be solving? If I just went to a restaurant and got poor service, what is it that I could possibly do differently than what is actually going on? So if you think of yourself as a business, then you are always, wherever you go, it's constant. You know what? Maybe I can make a business out of that. Maybe I can make a business out of this. And that's just the way that I do things. aside from being passionate, and aside from being willing to grow, think of yourself as a business and just watch and see how those creative juices start to flow. Okay? The fourth thing is that you have to be willing to make the change. Okay? If you are doing the same thing and expecting this, a different result, then we all know that that is the definition of insanity. You have to be flexible. With business ownership, guys, I'm telling you, things change overnight. Things change from minute to minute. And if you are not flexible and bendable to go along with those changes, you're going to flop. It happens. I mean, it just happens. Just like in everyday life, things happen. You have to adapt. You have to adjust. Well, it's the same thing with business ownership. You have to change your mindset to believe that, hey, I know that things are going to happen. I know that some things that happen are totally beyond my control. And you have to plan accordingly. That's the first thing. Plan accordingly. But then be able to make those adjustments if it doesn't follow A, B, C, D. I mean, sometimes we can be so stringent that, if we have to do A, B, Q, E, F, Z, then we are just thrown totally off the mark. And in business ownership, in this entrepreneurial journey, you can't be like that. You have to be able to adapt to change and then react accordingly. Adapt to change and react accordingly. Okay? All right. Number 5. Get out of this employee mentality. I already know what you're thinking because I thought the same thing too. You go to school, you graduate high school, you go to college, you major in something, okay? You get your degree, you go to work. That is how we were taught. And that's just the way that it is. That's how we were taught. But now that you want to start your own business, you can't think as an employee anymore. You have to start thinking, and I'm not going to even say an employer. You have to start thinking like you own something. Okay? I had a discussion earlier this week with someone. And that person was like, I really want to have my own business because I want to be the boss. I don't want nobody telling me what to do. I want to be able to tell you what to do. And if you believe that, then you're not going to make it. Okay? Business ownership is not telling anybody what to do. It's working as a team. It's making sure that everybody is on the same page to make your business a success. One thing that someone who's very wealthy told me at one point is that you have to be in a position where you are able to duplicate you. So what that means is you need the right people working for you. The best way to build wealth is when you are not there, stuck there 24/7, overlooking everything. Okay, you have to get to a point that your business is a well-tuned, well-running machine, that you can go on vacation. You can do certain other things knowing that you've got the right people in place that's going to be able to take care of some of those things in your absence. So, how to do that is you duplicate yourself. Okay? It's called training. It's called interviewing. It's called being able to ask the right questions to make sure that that person is a good fit for your company. Okay? Duplicate yourself. So once again, you're working as a team. And you always have to remember when you finally do become an employer, having your own business, that when you were an employee, how you felt when you were treated a certain way. So kind of take some of that, bring it into your current situation, but don't lose sight of the fact that it is a team effort. And being an employer and having your own business doesn't mean that you're telling everybody what to do. It's more or less duplicating yourself. And then another thing that I want to point out is, in order for you to duplicate you, then you have to know what you're doing. All right. In order for you to duplicate you, you have to know what you are doing. So in other words, you need to know every aspect of your business, from when you open the doors in the morning until it's closed at night, and everything in between. A lot of successful business owners were the janitor, coffee maker, vacuum sweeper, everything that needed to go on. Filing, opening files, getting clients, chasing this, doing the marketing. So nobody else in your company should know your business better than you. Nobody in your company should know your business better than you. So remember, duplicating yourself is a wonderful thing, but if you don't know what you're supposed to be duplicating, then you're going to run into some problems, okay? The last thing is, you will never know if business ownership and entrepreneurship is for you if you don't jump in and just do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. And you can't allow fear to step in, because once fear grips a hold of you, then you're never going to do it, because you're always going to be, I don't want my business to fail. I don't want my business to fail. They're going to talk about me. I didn't quit my job. And, you can easily talk yourself out of doing something that is going to benefit you in the long run. So it's best to just get in there and do it. So just remember, guys, how important it is to change your mindset. You have to change the way that you think. It's got to start here first before it can actually manifest itself in your hands. It's a thought process first. And you have to have careful planning. Do your research and make sure that you're passionate about what it is that you're doing. Make sure that you're willing to grow. Make sure that you can adapt to change. Make sure that you have an employer mentality, not an employee mentality, and then just do it. Get out there and do it. I can remember as a child, my mother would cook something, and she might have been trying to introduce something new to us as children. If I didn't like the way it looked, if I didn't like the way it smelled, Shannon wasn't tasting it. Shannon wasn't eating it. I don't care if you made me sit at the table till my plate was clean. I was just sitting at the table because I wasn't eating it. And it would drive my mama up the wall. Will you just taste it? Nope. Will you just try it? Nope. And then when I finally did, it was absolutely delicious. And now, some of those things I'm even cooking to this day. So the whole point is, you have to do it. You're not going to know if it's a good fit for you if you don't do it. So we're going to get the fear out of the way, because we know that you cannot have faith on one hand and still be fearful on the other. There is so much out there. Everybody can have a slice of the pie. That pie is big enough. Don't think that your industry is so saturated that there won't be enough clients left over for you to be able to get your slice of the pie, because that is not true. You can do it. If they did it, you can do it. I'm going to say it again. If they did it, if I'm doing it, you certainly can do it. So, change your mindset. As I said before, change was going on up here. And then everything else is going to fall into place. I promise you. I promise you. Well, since we talked about mindset shifts, I already know I want to start seeing some comments below. You've started the business. You've hired your first employee. Come on, I want to know what's going on and how you have transitioned into becoming a business owner, an entrepreneur. Okay, on your way to millionaire, billionaire status. It's there for the taking. I'm taking my portion. Are you taking yours? Okay, my mind has shifted. Are you shifting? Or are you just so stagnated of being in that one place that you don't know what to do, where to go? Call me. Send me an email. All of my information is going to be in the description box. So once again, this is Shannon, and this has been Mind Your Business with Shannon. And remember to mind your business, because if you won't, who will? It's your girl Shannon. I'll see you next time. Bye.